Tropical storm Nate has turned deadly, killing more than a dozen people in Central America. In Nicaragua, 3 aid workers were killed when they were swept away in floodwaters. 2 others drowned near the Honduras border. More stories like this pouring in. In Costa Rica, at least 5,000 people in emergency shelters. The storm being blamed for at least 2 deaths there. Now, public schools and offices are going to be closed through Friday. Nate is aiming for the U.S. Gulf Coast, and it could hit Sunday as a tropical storm or Category 1 hurricane somewhere between southern Louisiana and the Florida Panhandle. Yes, we're watching very closely. In Florida, Governor Rick Scott has declared a state of emergency for 29 counties. He's encouraging residents to prepare to evacuate if necessary. In Louisiana, officials are watching the storm's track closely too. The mayor of flood-weary New Orleans says 12 of the city's 120 pumps still aren't working. Again, 12 of 120 that still aren't working. Grand Isle, a barrier island off the coast of New Orleans, is now under a voluntary evacuation order.
It's a story taken straight from a Hollywood horror script. A mysterious sea creature lurking in the deep that's big enough to take on the ocean's most fearsome predator. In The Hunt for the Super Predator, produced by the Smithsonian Institute, scientists tagged a perfectly healthy 9-foot great white shark known as Shark Alpha. The last thing they expected was what came 4 months later. A beachgoer found the tag, and when researchers analyzed the data, they couldn't believe what they were seeing. The recovered data revealed a sudden 1,900-foot plunge, but instead of a temperature decrease, seconds later the temperature rose from 46 degrees to 78 degrees Fahrenheit. The device stayed at that depth for a couple of days before ascending and reaching the shore.
The question that not only came to my mind but everyone's mind who was involved was, what did that? It was obviously eaten.
Obvious to researchers because the temperature rise indicated that the tracking device made its way into another animal's digestive system. So far, the best theory that any scientist can come up with is that Shark Alpha was consumed by a much larger cannibal great white shark. To catch the rest of this amazing story, be sure to watch the documentary in full on June 25th on the Smithsonian Channel. I'm Matt Sampson, the Weather Channel.